Yo, good afternoon, viewers of YouTube. My name is Tyler of Chico Crypto, and you know the drill. Grab a beer, crack her open, kick back, and relax, because it's time for crypto, and of course, a cold one. Today's featured brewski comes from Heineken Brewing Company. It's Heineken, basic beer, basic bitch, same difference. So let's get her open. I'm out in a super public place too right now. I'm scared holding this. So, if you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and all that jazz. And if you want to be updated on the most recent Chico and crypto news, follow me on Twitter at Chico Crypto and join the chat on Telegram, t.me/ChicoCrypto1. We have been talking a lot about Bitcoin and how it's been entering a death spiral. Yesterday we talked about how Bitcoin mining was starting to suffer. But this market is not only Bitcoin, and other projects could be entering spirals of death as well. One that is rumored to be possibly entering one is EOS. So today we will discuss what is going on with EOS, and will the project survive the bear market? A couple days ago, Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, stated that EOS is likely to face regulatory backlash from the SEC. The project will be under heavy scrutiny due to its $4 billion ICO, which he says went over the top. He goes on to exclaim that block.one, the main block producer for EOS, will be under the SEC's punitive measures for the way it ran the EOS ICO. He says the EOS token sale fits well within their responsibility to take action since the financial activity is harming U.S. retail investors. Well, U.S. citizens were not allowed to participate in the EOS ICO, so they have those bases covered. Although American citizens could easily purchase in the secondary market without the need for KYC. This is the reason why Charles says block.one could still fall under the jurisdiction of the SEC. Well, in my opinion, this is just FUD being thrown around by Charles to try and get Cardano more spotlight from investors. Americans can buy and sell digital assets. That is the law in America right now. They can't participate in ICOs though, unless they are an accredited investor. From the looks of things, EOS played by the rules, and this is nothing to be concerned about. Old Charlie Boy is just trying to get Cardano talked about again, as the project doesn't have much to show in terms of development. Cardano doesn't have much room to talk either about running a shady ICO. The Cardano ICO took place in 4 stages between September 2015 and January 2017. It was marketed to Japanese investors as an investment to retire on. 95% of Cardano's ICO buyers were Japanese. In reality, very little money flowed into Cardano. 25 billion tokens were sold to these investors, which are locked up. Then Cardano issued a few extra tokens to trade on exchanges, which boosted up the price and brought them to the market they saw and have today. I mean, just look at the fact of Cardano versus EOS in terms of trading volume. Cardano has less than $10 million in 24-hour trading volume, while EOS, which has a higher market cap, has $585 million worth of 24-hour trading volume. I would definitely attribute this to more coins being available to trade on the market. Cardano has denied there is any lockup for these Japanese investors, but you just have to look at the stats to know that that is not the case. Now, to the next piece regarding the EOS death spiral rumors, and these are the big ones. So, the theory is that once Bitcoin's price falls below its cost of mining, the incentive to mine will also fall, thrusting Bitcoin into a downward spiral. So what about EOS and the block producers? They are basically like the miners of the EOS network, paid in inflation EOS for producing EOS blocks. Well, a survey was conducted from block producers and lots of data was collected. The most telling thing from the survey was the break-even point for these block producers. Block producers were ranked by tiers. 1 to 21 is tier 1, 22 to 42 is tier 2, and so on and so forth down the line. The block producers responded to the survey from each tier, with higher tiers responding the most and lower tiers responding the least. The break-even point across the tiers averaged a price of $4.14 per EOS. Highest price was from tier 4 at $4.38, and the lowest price was from tier 6 at $2.50. Tier 1 responded with an average of $4.04 per EOS. Now the price of 1 EOS is below $2 per coin, so none of the block producers are breaking even. This is cause for concern, because if the market doesn't pull up, then these groups will go into bankruptcy. From this chart, we can see the average annual operating cost it takes for each tier of block producer. Tier 1 is nearly 1 million per year. Tier 2 over 500,000 per year. They can't keep shelling out money when the EOS they produce doesn't even pay for the cost of running their operations. Given there is no difficulty adjustment mechanism in EOS like Bitcoin, block producers are going to be forced to downsize their operations, cut costs somehow, or completely shut down. This is actually the case too. Out of the top 81 block producers, which are the ones who actually receive revenue rewards, 10% of those are currently turned off. Unless the EOS price rebounds and doubles in size to break even, a lot of these block producers will shut down. What is to be done about this, and can EOS and the block producers survive? Besides major layoffs and cuts to block producers' open source projects, there could be a change to the EOS protocol. Some have said the possibility to add transaction fees to the EOS network. EOS transactions are currently free, which definitely sets itself apart from other projects. I really don't see transaction fees coming into play as it takes away from EOS's competitive advantage. Another potential solution would be to implement dynamic inflation. This means scaling the inflation value in relation to fiat value of EOS. Right now, inflation rewards are at 1% for block producers, a number that was selected pre-mainnet launch when prices were consistently above $10. This number limited the profits when EOS's price was between $8 and $14, but made things extremely lucrative when EOS topped out at $20 plus, but is now causing serious problems with the current price. This dynamic inflation, in theory, would prevent the exorbitant revenues when the bulls are in full force, but would prevent bankruptcies when bears have taken over. In order to implement this kind of solution, EOS would need an oracle. Chainlink anyone? Now, if the oracle was coded to evaluate the daily price of EOS, which would be aggregated through many exchanges and average over multiple currencies, it could see a constantly moving and appropriate inflation value for block producer rewards, either above or below the 1% mark, to stabilize their revenue. Now, EOS has a total 5% inflation value, 1% given to the block producers and 4% given to a fund called the Workers' Proposal Fund. This 5% total inflation could be kept to avoid excessive inflation, but the Workers' Proposal Fund could be altered up or down, giving more or less to block producers. This is a great idea in my opinion, because that Workers' Proposal Fund has yet to be utilized. What do the block producers think about this? Well, they were polled on this as well, and over 38% said yes. Over 34% said probably, but are worried about their image to the public. 23% said no, and just under 4% said uncertain. EOS is going to have some major growing pains, and I'm not the biggest fan of someone who is behind the project, Brock Pierce, but I do think Dan Larimer is a very bright individual, and the amount of development and transactions taking place on the platform has to be recognized. Although, fuck Charles Hoskinson, that guy is a twat. Cheers, viewers, and I'll see you next time.